Man, the amount of volume for the word Costco, that's crazy. Even with such a low ranking, they're still able to get some traffic off of it. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Justin Brooke from adskills.com. And this time, I'm doing one a little selfishly. I'm on a newsletter building kick, and this is a company that I have been looking at for a while. I've watched a lot of their YouTube videos. I've subscribed to the owner on Twitter. This is The Hustle. So this is the one that we're going to be showing you today. The Hustle is a huge newsletter started by Sam Parr. Let me go over to their homepage here and then show you. So we got their homepage coming up. We're going to be breaking down all their landing pages, all their keywords, their social media, their ads, everything. You know what we do. Let's dive into it and let's show you what's going on and how to build a huge newsletter like The Hustle. So first we see their homepage here, right away, easy way to get into their email, get your email address. By the way, they recently, not necessarily recently, but they sold this to HubSpot.com for millions of dollars. So they built this up and then they sold it to HubSpot. Looks like they have 2 million plus people on the email list now. Super cool. They got this little opt-in thing here. Yes, I'd like to receive additional marketing emails on hot business opportunities from Trends by The Hustle. So that's kind of a co-reg type of thing right here. So what do we see? We see their articles, so they're getting a little bit of SEO value as well as the opt-in. And then they're kind of demonstrating the product, right? The product is an opt-in and you want to know what are you opting in for. And so you can click around and you can see the type of articles that you're going to be getting in your email newsletter, and then they can also generate some SEO value out of that as well. They also have a podcast on YouTube, just trends. And so let's dig into their traffic now. We'll bring them up on SimilarWeb. We see that they have 906,000 visits, which is 302,000 monthly visits. Their uniques is 219,000 monthly visits to the website. Visit duration 55 seconds. The reason why this is so little, it's really about opting in, and so then their bounce rate 77%, pages 1.5. So lots of people are coming and opting in, not necessarily coming and reading their blog. Then we see them compared to some other big, huge media. So they're not as big as the big medias out there, but they're pretty big for what they do. A lot of room to grow for them. We see their traffic has kind of drifted off over time. That's an interesting thing to see, from 450 sliding all the way down here to, what's this, like 200,000, 220,000 visits. Only half in the United States. So the rest, so very much an international newsletter with 50% of their traffic coming from the United States. Let's look at their marketing stack. We see big social media, organic search, their biggest thing. And of course, that's going to be pretty big because they're sharing all of that content. Every time they write a newsletter, they're essentially creating another page on their blog. They're writing about relevant things in the news, and so they're going to be ranking for a lot of different things. And then we see direct. Direct is interesting on this one because I don't think that there would be influencer ads or... so you know what the direct probably is? It's probably direct because they're sending out an email newsletter, and that's getting people to click on the newsletter back to their website. So that's probably where the direct is coming from on this one. Take a look at some of their keywords. What are their top referring websites? Y Combinator, blog.hubspot, makes a lot of sense. Top link destinations, they're going over to YouTube's, they're going to trends.com, HubSpot, that makes a lot of sense. We do see top ad destination, Taboola. Maybe they're running some Taboola ads. Big Reddit spike. So this is the second time we're seeing Reddit as a marketing channel that's doing well. This one's really big, though. So we saw for Happy Egg, Reddit was like 32% of their social traffic, but Reddit is 82% of their social traffic. We might have to open up. I'm going to have to figure out how to see what they're doing on Reddit, that they're getting all of this. Maybe other people are sharing their articles on Reddit. We're going to have to figure that out. Then we see Twitter. Obviously, Twitter, email newsletters and Twitter go hand in hand. Any kind of blogging goes hand in hand with Twitter. It's a writing medium, writing network for writers. And then we see the others are, very small compared to Twitter and Reddit. So that's really where a lot of their social media is happening. Then we take a look at their ad network. We see unidentified as 65%, but there is a little bit of Google Display Network. So we'll check that out as well. I have a feeling that's probably retargeting And then we see YouTube is a big player on there as well. That could also be Google Display. All right, let's jump into their Facebook ads and take a look at what's going on here. It might sound confusing because you see, like, can you out-eat the cost of entry for an all-you-can-eat buffet? It's like, wait, what does that even have to do with a newsletter about businesses? Well, they're showing you, they're teasing you into a piece of content to learn about the all-you-can-eat buffet model and the profit, model of that, how much margin there is and whatnot. So then there's also gift certificates. So they're kind of just teasing their articles. We see another one here, feeling the pinch at the pump. Believe it or not, gas stations often struggle to profit from selling gas. We'll go ahead and take a look at this one here. We don't see any variations of the ad. We see just this one. This is a desktop ad, not a mobile ad. So they're running desktop. But wait, hold on. There isn't variations. It looks like they've just moved them. I don't see anything happening between the variations. So the exact same ad, I don't see literally anything happening. So that's interesting. Let's go ahead and take another look at another one. This one is, ever wondered how gas stations make money and what drives their success? So they got a video of their newsletter. I'm going to go ahead and mute my screen while I play this just to kind of get an idea of what's going on with this ad. Okay, so love the Dawson's Creek meme on the pause there. So it looks like they're basically giving you a summary of their newsletter issue in their ad. That's an interesting strategy. Then we'll hit this little next button. It looks like it's the same ad. Again, I don't see anything changing at all with these different variations. I wonder if that's just a mobile versus desktop, because these ones look like mobile ads and that they're taller like that. Another one, what happens to the billions of dollars in untapped funds from unspent gift cards over the years? I'm sure any business owner, I want to, I'm tempted to go click on that right now. I'm trying to figure out what does happen with that. And then this one, they were running this ad a lot. I don't know if these are Fiverr ads or if that's real people, but essentially what they were doing is they were running these ads. We'll pull it up bigger so we can see it in full detail. My boss thinks I'm smart. I'm not. It's because I read the Hustle, and he has no idea it exists. And reader of the Hustle, and it's just an ad, a video of somebody telling you to subscribe so you can learn how to be smarter with the Hustle. I believe that's an old Wall Street Journal technique, if I'm remembering correctly. It might not be, but solid technique anyways. My boss thinks I'm smart. I'm not. It's because I read the Hustle. And again, it's another person, UGC, user-generated content. I think they might be Fiverr. I could be wrong. I don't know what's really going on. Maybe it's their employees. Maybe they're actual readers. I don't really know. My suspicion is those might be Fiverrs. Looks like Fiverr videos. Then let's take a look at SEMRush. We'll see their organic search and their paid search. Only a little bit of paid search. Only 7 keywords in their paid search. What do you think they are? I'm betting that that's organic. That's brand search. And then we see again their traffic trailing off. Something is happening with their SEO. They're definitely losing traffic, paid traffic as well, that they're losing at the same time. So I don't know if it's just less searches, if it's seasonality, but they're definitely, we saw that in SimilarWeb as well, that they're losing traffic. So somebody got to go rescue the Hustle. All right, then we take a look at their breakdown. We see 60% of their search traffic comes from informational keywords. So that's going to be your questions, your articles, your news related stuff, not as much commercial and transactional. We're going to take a look at their paid keywords first. There's only 7 keywords, so I'm not going to click this open. We see it. It's brand search. We already knew it was brand search. If you're not running brand search at this point, I don't even know what to say to you anymore. We've seen every single company that I've researched is using brand search ads with Google search. So let's dive into their SEO keywords and see if we can't figure out what their strategy is. So we take a look here and we see how much are Ticketmaster fees. Let's go volume. Okay, so they wrote an article on, man, the amount of volume for the word Costco. That's crazy. And it is bananas. And they're ranking 39. Okay, so they're not number one for this phrase, which is 100 difficulty. But let's go ahead and take a look at their page. Like, this is crazy. For such a how Costco gained a cult following by breaking every rule of retail. And it's just a long breakdown of the story of Costco and how they do what they do. Very cool stuff. So yeah, they're writing about these different companies, and they're starting to rank for these big company names: Ticketmaster, Groupon, Tumblr, Udemy, Wayback Machine, Mr. Beast. What else we got? Lululemon. You know, they got an article about Lululemon. Lululemon is looking far beyond yoga pants. So they got an article on that, only ranking 96. But I mean, these are huge volume keywords, and so even with such a low ranking, they're still able to get some traffic off of it. I wonder what they're ranking number one for. That would be interesting to see. Let me go ahead and sort this, and we'll see that they're ranking pianos made in USA, how one of America's last piano manufacturers stays alive. Not a whole lot of volume in that one. We don't see a lot of number ones and high volume keywords. Well, we got a number 7 for 1.3. Diskette. So I guess they wrote an article about floppy disks. So they're writing articles. Their SEO strategy is really just a natural result of their newsletter strategy. So as they're doing these huge expose newsletter issues on these companies, it's creating a page on their website, and that page on their website is picking up some search traffic, mainly because of the volume of the traffic that they have, content that they have, as well as the authority that they're building up as people are linking to these things as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at their backlinks. How many backlinks did they have? Let me go back a page and take a look at their backlinks. 28,000 domains backlinking to them with 990, basically 1 million backlinks with only 81,000 searches per month. So yeah, they're getting a ton of backlinks, and that's helping them a lot. But they are still sliding in the search engines. Let's take a look at AdBeat real quick with the hustle and see what's going on here. Don't see anything. Let me go ahead and refresh my screen to see if it's just stuck and didn't load. But the hustle.co, not seeing anything in AdBeat. So not able to tell what they're doing on Google Display or Taboola or anything like that. Just not enough activity is essentially what's happening for it to be picked up with these things. Or they might be using some other domain name that I don't know about. Let's check them out on YouTube. So they do have a hustle channel, but this is the main channel of the owner, Sam Parr. And you can see he originally had this. If we go way back to his videos, we see that he's got some HustleCon stuff. He was uploading some of the video footage from the HustleCon onto his channel. And then he starts doing some more interviews. I think this is when the pandemic started coming, and they started doing some more interviews. And then this really started to blow up and became, My First Million, which is a major, major podcast at this point. And I think it's one of the most important podcasts that business owners should be watching. I wish it was my own that I was talking about, and I do think that ours is good. But this is a really, really incredible podcast that you really should be watching. There's great information. They're reverse engineering some of the most successful businesses in the world. They're getting some of the top people on there. It's really just highly valuable information. So make sure you check that out. Then we'll go over here. And so how many subscribers do they have? They have 205,000 subscribers. And this is a little bit like you see the Hustle Presents My First Million. And this is a little bit of like kind of his job after. So I don't know the whole deal. I don't know the contracts or anything like that. But we see that this is My First Million. This is what he's doing now after having sold it, but there's still the hustle and HubSpot. So it's kind of sponsored by, so he's still bringing some traffic to it in that way. Then we see over here on Facebook Organic, we see, what do we got here? How many followers we got? Wow. 729,000 people following them on Facebook. So that's huge. I mean, I think only their email list is bigger than that. There's 2 million people on email. So I guess people are subscribing here as well. Be on my way to collect my $6 for Facebook off this class action settlement. Oh, yeah. So it looks like they're just doing a bunch of memes and news and stuff. Lots of memes linking off to their articles, how the smiley face became a $500 million business. The world needs more women founders. Amen. Gatorade, $100 million, why Florida makes $20 million a year from Gatorade. So yeah, they're just kind of showing a lot of their articles and doing some meme stuff on their Facebook account, and probably is a secondary way that people can subscribe. So if you didn't want to subscribe to The Hustle via the email newsletter, you could probably get some level of it by subscribing, following on Facebook. Then we go over to Twitter. I know this is going to be a major player for them as well. Not as big as Facebook, though. We see that it's a HubSpot brand, tech news, money truths, internet extra. Subscribe to get the business news you need in 5 minutes or less. Out of 93,000 followers, almost 94,000 followers. Let's see what their strategy is here. Clears throat and Jack Black, peaches, peaches, peaches. Okay, so more meme type stuff. What else are they doing? Active shortages on construction workers. No Thankful Trade School. I don't really get what they're doing. It doesn't seem to be getting much interaction as well. One question, one comment, 2 retweets. They have a lot of followers, so they're getting a lot of views, but it's just really not getting much interaction. I don't know why they wouldn't just be sharing their articles on here. It just seems like an easy way. I mean, that's what's working so well on Facebook. Why not do the same thing on Twitter? Again, same thing we've seen with other companies. But then again, Instagram is a major player. We've seen this over and over again as we've been breaking down these companies. Instagram showing your product, demonstrating how your product works, showing how your customers are using your product on Instagram is a very popular way. And I can only imagine that the reason why that is it's a very easy platform. Like, in order to, in terms of content creation, like you just need a short video or you just need an image, a screenshot. You don't need long posts. You don't need long videos. Not a lot of video editing that's necessary. So it's a lot of stuff you can just create with your phone on the go. But there's also billions of people on Instagram. So there's a lot of traffic built into it. And then if you have a post that's doing well, you can hit the little boost button and give it a boost and, kind of get even more traffic with it. So they're doing memes and, same thing they're doing on Facebook. And so I don't understand why this happens, right? So we see on Facebook, they're essentially sharing memes and their articles, right? Memes and news, that's what their people want. And then they do the same thing on Instagram. They have 340,000 followers on Instagram. On Facebook, they had 730,000 followers. So you think, let's just do memes and news on Twitter, but they don't. I don't see that anyway. So maybe they're going to scroll deeper, but I see some memes. I don't necessarily see their articles on here. There's one. That's not one of theirs. Yeah, like I got to really dig around. So it's like the strategy was obviously successful on Facebook and Instagram. So I don't know why they wouldn't just do that same strategy on Twitter. And it seems to be one of their smallest followings. So like, do the thing you're doing on those other ones that are working really well for you. And so anyways, it looks like their strategy, if we're going to break down the hustle for you, is to be a newsletter first and foremost, right? They're being a newsletter and they're doing these big exposés about these companies as they're doing that. This is key. Okay. This is where I think this is where the future of newsletters is moving to and where we work. So what we used to do with email newsletters is it was always only just behind the email and you had to subscribe to get it. But now the future of it is you're creating a page on your website at the same time, because Beehive does this, Ghost does this, Substack does this. It's kind of the new way newsletter platforms work, is when you send out an article, it's also being published to your blog. And we see how much SEO traffic they were getting. I mean, they're ranking number 39 for Costco, for the word Costco, which had hundreds of thousands of visits for it. Now, they weren't ranking number 1 for it because it's such a big keyword. They're still able to get some traffic from that, even all the way down at number 39. So that's one of the major ways that they're doing it. Then they're sharing that same content out on social media, which is gaining a lot of followers, because not everybody wants to follow email. Some people want to follow on Facebook. Some people want to follow on Instagram. They probably wish they could follow on Twitter, but they really can't because they're not doing it on Twitter. But that seems to be their main thing. Don't see a whole lot of paid ads. There was just some organic brand search ads with Google ads. And then we saw some Facebook ads, but it really looked like majorly this was an organic play. And again, that's probably why HubSpot bought it. They have a lot of organic systems and people, so they get the organic team. So really just a lot of search engine with posting memes and news on Facebook and Instagram. And that is the hustle. I'm Justin Brooke from AdSkills. I'll see you.